Breaking news recently lit up TV and social feeds. Mike Rowe, the man who made America admire hard work, shared a deeply personal revelation. For over 2 decades, he has been the voice of grit, honesty, and respect for labor. From sewers to oil rigs, he guided viewers through the toughest jobs and harshest truths. Today, however, the story isn't about the work or the workers. It's about Mike, now 62, stepping into a new chapter, reflecting on his life, legacy, and the weight of the mission he has carried for decades. Early life in Baltimore. Mike Rowe's story begins far from television cameras, in Baltimore, Maryland. As a child, he gravitated toward performance, storytelling, and music. His baritone voice first echoed in school plays and choir rehearsals, not construction sites. He often cites his grandfather, a master tradesman, as the model for his admiration of hard work. While other children idolize superheroes, Mike respected calloused hands and quiet dignity. Those early influences shaped his perspective on labor. They laid the foundation for a career built on celebrating effort, skill, and perseverance, rather than glamour or fame. Education and early career. After earning a communications degree from Towson University, Mike explored opportunities in voice work, even training as an opera singer with the Baltimore Opera Company. Though his voice suited concert halls, his heart was drawn to connecting with everyday people. Television came next, through narration and commercial work, before an unlikely live-selling role on QVC honed his timing, humor, and presence. Selling products live, unscripted, night after night, gave him a rare understanding of audiences and storytelling. These experiences, while far from the dirty jobs that would define his career, prepared him to communicate with authenticity and humility. A call that changed everything. In 2003, Mike received a life-altering opportunity, a chance to host a series exploring the hardest, messiest, most overlooked jobs in America. At first glance, the concept seems simple. A host tackles gritty work while cameras roll. What emerged, however, was something far more profound. Mike approached each challenge with curiosity, humility, and respect, never mockery. He entered sewage pits, slaughterhouses, trash sites, and industrial chaos, but always focused on the people behind the work. Viewers didn't just see unusual occupations. They met real Americans whose labor often went unnoticed. Honoring the backbone of America. Mike's approach transformed ordinary work into something heroic. Pig farmers, miners, sewer inspectors, and crab fishermen were given a platform, their skill and dignity highlighted. His narration turned grime into poetry, showing viewers that the backbone of society often goes unseen. The show quickly gained a following, not because of celebrity, but because Mike's honesty resonated. He gave voice to the workers who keep America running, and in doing so, created a new kind of storytelling. His authenticity turned everyday labor into inspiration, encouraging viewers to see value in effort, resilience, and quiet dedication. Beyond the spotlight. When the show ended, many expected Mike's moment to fade. Instead, he leaned further into his mission. Traveling the country, he witnessed a shortage of skilled workers and a growing stigma around trades. The disconnect between education and reality troubled him, igniting a passion to make a difference. In 2008, he founded the Micro Works Foundation, awarding millions in scholarships to welders, plumbers, electricians, and mechanics. His message was clear: dignity isn't defined by a diploma, but by effort and contribution. Mike carried this vision into classrooms, legislative halls, and digital platforms, inspiring a renewed respect for labor. Returning the Favor. Mike's dedication didn't stop at scholarships. He launched Returning the Favor, a project celebrating everyday heroes whose contributions often go unnoticed. Through stories of generosity, resilience, and courage, he amplified ordinary people making extraordinary impacts. Simultaneously, his podcast, The Way I Heard It, evolved into a modern storytelling staple. Short, precise stories with unexpected twists captured audiences, echoing the style of classic narrators. These projects cemented his role as America's blue-collar philosopher, blending humor, humility, and insight. Through his work, he showed that heroism isn't reserved for the famous. It's in persistence, integrity, and effort in every field. The physical and emotional toll, years of relentless work, travel, and physical strain, began to take their toll. Crawling through sewers, hauling heavy loads, and breathing dust left lasting marks. While Mike often joked about aches and injuries, the reality was serious. Beyond the physical challenges, the emotional weight of championing skilled labor alone became heavy. Carrying the torch for underappreciated workers is rewarding but isolating. This awareness, paired with medical advice to slow down, led him to make a difficult decision: to step back from the public intensity of his projects and prioritize his health while ensuring his mission continues. Passing the torch, in a recent emotional statement, Mike announced he would step back from much of his public work. Leadership of his foundation will transition to new hands, marking a handoff rather than an ending. Mike assures that he isn't disappearing. His podcast will continue, and he will remain an advocate for labor. However, the era of relentless travel and consecutive projects is over. This transition reflects not only self-care, but a larger lesson. Even the most dedicated individuals must recognize their limits. By stepping back, he demonstrates that sustainability matters, even in the pursuit of meaningful work. Legacy of inspiration. Mike Rowe's legacy extends far beyond television or a foundation. It lives in classrooms, using clips of challenging work to inspire students, in apprenticeships funded by his scholarships, and in households where families recount his adventures. He reframed the perception of skilled labor, showing that respect and dignity accompany effort, not titles. His influence encouraged a generation to recognize the value of hard work and take pride in contribution. By shining a light on overlooked workers, he fostered empathy, curiosity, and admiration for the backbone of society, redefining success. Throughout his career, Mike challenged conventional definitions of success. While society often equates achievement with fame or a degree, he highlighted the virtue of effort and skill. He showed that purpose and satisfaction come from commitment, curiosity, and integrity. His work encourages audiences to see labor differently, to value craftsmanship, and to respect the hands that build, maintain, and sustain communities. By celebrating those who often go unnoticed, he reshaped cultural understanding of work, offering a blueprint for how dedication, humility, and service define true accomplishment. Stepping into a new chapter now. At 62, Mike embraces a quieter chapter. The pace slows, but the mission endures. He will continue speaking, podcasting, and advocating, but with more focus on personal engagement than constant travel. This decision embodies his lifelong message. Even the strongest need rest, reflection, and self-care. His example reassures viewers that slowing down doesn't diminish impact. On the contrary, it ensures longevity and clarity of purpose. By stepping back thoughtfully, Mike demonstrates that sustainable dedication is possible without sacrificing health or values. Conclusion: the lasting impact. Mike Rowe's story is one of admiration for labor, respect for human effort, and authenticity in storytelling. He transformed perceptions of work, gave voice to those overlooked, and inspired a generation to see value in effort. Just today, as he moves into a slower, more personal rhythm, his influence continues to ripple across classrooms, workshops, and households. His light shines not from celebrity, but from the legacy he created and the lives he touched. Even as he steps back, the message remains. Hard work matters, dignity endures, and inspiration is in every hand willing to build, repair, and care.